It's not really surprising to learn that social media can affect some people's self-confidence. And new data shows that social media use is linked to depression, especially in teenage girls. The study published in the medical journal The Lancet raises concern about exposure to bullying, as well as reducing sleep and physical exercise. Joining me now is our own correspondent and millennial, Jane Burnett. Jane, great to see you.
Great to see you too.
So, Jane, let me ask you, study after study tells us things that people generally observe and believe. But on the other side, I would say most people are not really impacted in an adverse way with social media. I mean, in your case, it probably helps you, right?
It does. I mean, it helps you, keep track of everything that's going on Facebook and Twitter and things like that. But I think when you are adolescent age, especially when you're a teenager or in high school, you have issues with body image and that kind of stuff definitely shows up on social media. Could make you feel worse sometimes.
So let me ask you, every generation, Jane, has their issues, right? So you go from the schoolyard bullying to the social media bullying. Is the issue really about an entire generation of people who are just not tough enough to deal with adversity?
I think you have, strong people in every single generation. I don't think it has to do with your age, but I think that it's amplified, these things that can really, again, trigger you as a younger person here because there's so much information. There's so many photos. There's so much to look at all the time.
Does that play into a bit of a stereotype that women are more emotional and guys are a little more disconnected? I don't care.
I think it definitely plays into a more negative stereotype in that sense.
Do you think it backs up the stereotype and says maybe there's some truth to it? Or do you say, you got to take the study with a grain of salt?
Definitely the grain of salt. I mean, in the study, they did say that they're not completely sure why, girls were having heavier effects from this, but it's something that needs to be studied more closely, I would say.
All right. Thank you, Jane. Good to talk to you.
Thanks.